Hello friends, Winston here. Today's video, growing tirucalli, Euphorbia, which is sometimes called Firesticks, because yes, it looks like sticks of fire. Of course, it's not always like that. In fact, in the early stages of this plant, it can be quite green. Have a look at the color there. Once it becomes exposed to the sun, it begins to change color slowly. Green to slightly yellow to orange. Yes, it's available at the big box stores in big pots. You can buy some. You can also grow some. Lots of us would rather grow our own plants, and you won't be surprised to hear that I do grow these plants. Firesticks, Euphorbia tirucalli, can be grown from seeds, can be grown from cuttings. Cuttings would be needed in dry soil to get going. Two things I must remind you: these are Euphorbias, and they are very toxic, which means when you do the cuttings, make sure you handle it without putting your hands in the toxic sap. Another thing is you should let it dry out. These are the cuttings you would normally start off with. I let it dry for 3 or 4 days and use some kind of fungicide. Not everybody likes fungicide. I do. Or even some cinnamon to get it going. Once it's dried and you are sure it's dried, then you're ready to put it in your little pots or containers of some kind, like that, into the container, and then some dryish soil. These have a habit of rotting every now and then if you over moist them. So generally speaking, I started with very dry soil and later on spray the top. Once you put your mixed soil, a lot of perlite I put in there or similar, and there you get it ready. Remember, the coloring, the Firesticks, comes from the sun, and if you keep it away from the sun for a week or two, you would notice the way that sometimes it grows in such a way that it begins to lose the color. Generally speaking, therefore, you have to be careful. No matter how much you like it, and no matter how much you grow it, it's best in a lot of light, a lot of sunshine. If you live in a temperate country, obviously, pots would be ideal for you to grow it. On the other hand, if you live in a pseudo-tropical country, you can do what I'm going to show you in a moment. But otherwise, 2 or 3 or 4 cuttings in your average pot would do the trick. If you look at these here, there are about 4 cuttings in there, branched nicely already. Okay, I said you can do the trick if you live in a pseudo-tropical country. This is what happens. Once they're rooted, you put them in the ground, and if you look at those clumps of Firesticks, Euphorbia tirucalli, you'd see how easily they grow in the ground and how lovely they look. Timed perfectly for the summer months, the colors change from green to slightly orange and slightly red, and they can enhance any garden. You would love the way they do. But be careful. Remember what I said about the sap? Cutting them, they produce sap, and you don't want them on your hands. Even worse, in any inside of your body, like your mouth or eyes, etc. But these are very attractive plants, and you should go after them. Winston here in London, Firesticks are very desirable. Euphorbia, tirucalli, a fantastic euphorbia, which you should try and grow. Thanks for watching.